You know, there's nothing quite like enjoying a good meal, especially when you have got the time to sit down, savor every bite, and share it with loved ones. But here is the thing, what if some of those foods you have been enjoying for years are quietly working against your heart? After 60, our bodies change, and so do our nutritional needs. Some foods that never bothered us before might now be putting extra strain on our hearts without us even realizing it. Now, I'm not here to scare you or tell you to give up everything you love. Food is one of life's great pleasures, and it should stay that way. But what if I told you that making just a few small adjustments could help keep your heart strong, your energy up, and your golden years feeling vibrant and healthy? That's what we are going to talk about today. The worst foods for your heart after 60 and what you can do instead to keep feeling your best. So, let's start with one you might not expect: processed meats. You know, things like bacon, sausages, daily slices, and even some hot dogs. They are quick, they are tasty, and they have probably been a staple in your fridge for years. But here's the problem: these meats are packed with sodium, preservatives, and unhealthy fats. All things that can quietly raise your blood pressure and clog your arteries over time. Think about it. When was the last time you had a sandwich with daily ham or salami? Maybe it's a go to lunch because it's easy, but that salt adds up fast, and those hidden fats, they are not doing your heart any favors. Now, does that mean you can never have bacon again? Of course not. But instead of making it an everyday thing, try treating it like a special occasion food. And when you do have it, balance it out with plenty of fresh veggies or whole grains to help your body process it better. Next up, sugary drinks. This one might sting a little, but if you have got a soft spot for soda, sweet tea, or even some fruit juices that pretend to be healthy, here's the truth: liquid sugar is one of the worst things for your heart, especially as we get older. It spikes your blood sugar, leads to weight gain around the belly, and can even contribute to inflammation in your arteries. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I have been drinking sweet tea my whole life. And hey, habits are hard to break. But what if you started by cutting back just a little? Try swapping one sugary drink a day for water with a squeeze of lemon or even herbal tea. Small changes add up, and your heart will thank you for it. And finally, let's talk about something that might surprise you: white bread and refined grains. That fluffy white bread, those buttery biscuits, even some pastas and crackers. They might taste comforting, but they act almost like sugar in your body. They get digested so quickly that they can cause blood sugar spikes, and over time, that can lead to heart strain. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up bread entirely. That would be cruel. But what if you tried switching to whole grain versions? They have got more fiber, which slows down digestion and keeps your blood sugar steady. And who knows, you might even find you like the heartier taste. So, we have covered processed meats, sugary drinks, and refined grains. Three big culprits that might be sneaking into your diet more often than you realize. But here's the good news: just being aware of them is the first step. You don't have to cut them out completely, but maybe think about where you could make a small, easy swap. Your heart is working hard for you every single day. Let's give it the love it desires. And speaking of love, there are a few more foods we need to talk about. Ones that might be hiding in places you would never expect. But we'll get to those in the next You know, sometimes the foods that seem the most innocent, the ones we don't even think twice about, are the ones that can quietly cause the most trouble for our hearts. And after 60, those little choices we make every day add up in ways we might not even realize. So let's keep going and talk about a few more foods that might be sneaking into your diet and what you can do about them. First up, fried foods. Now, I know fried chicken, French fries, even those crispy onion rings you love at your favorite dinner. They are just so good. And I'm not here to tell you to never enjoy them again. But here's the thing, frying foods at high temperatures doesn't just add extra fat, it actually changes the structure of the oils, creating something called trans fats, which are terrible for your heart. They raise bad cholesterol, lower good cholesterol, and can even lead to inflammation in your arteries. Now, does that mean you have to say goodbye to that crispy texture you love? Not at all. Try baking or air frying instead. You'd be amazed at how satisfying a baked piece of chicken can be when it's seasoned just right. And if you do indulge in the real thing once in a while, enjoy every bite. Just make it a special treat rather than a regular habit. Next, let's talk about something that might really surprise you, canned soups and packaged meals. They are convenient, especially on days when you don't feel like cooking. But here's the catch, they are often loaded with sodium, sometimes more than you should have in an entire day. Too much salt can lead to high blood pressure, which puts extra strain on your heart over time. Now I get it. Cooking from scratch isn't always easy, especially if you're cooking for one or just don't have the energy. But what if you tried making a big pot of homemade soup on a day when you do feel up to it? You can freeze portions and have your own fast food ready to go without all the hidden salt. And if you do reach for a canned soup, look for low sodium versions. They have come a long way in flavor. And here's another one you might not expect, margarine and some vegetable oils. Now, for years, we were told that butter was the enemy and margarine was the healthy alternative. But the truth is, many margarines are packed with trans fats, and some common cooking oils like corn or soybean oil can cause inflammation when used too much. So, what's the better choice? Olive oil is a great option for cooking and even spreading on bread. And if you love butter, a little bit of the real thing is actually better than a lot of the fake stuff. The key, like with so many things, is moderation. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking, but I have been eating these things for years. And that's okay. This isn't about perfection, it's about small, manageable changes that can make a big difference over time. Maybe today you try swapping one fried meal for a baked version. Maybe next week you experiment with a homemade soup. Every little step counts. And there's still one more category we need to talk about, the foods that pretend to be healthy but might be doing more harm than good. But we'll save that for the next part. For now, why not take a look at your own kitchen and see where you might make one simple swap? Your heart's been with you over whole life. Let's take care of it one meal at a time. When it comes to taking care of your hearts, sometimes the trickiest foods aren't the obvious ones. They are the ones that seem healthy but hide some not so great ingredients. And after 60, our hearts deserve a little extra attention, don't they? So let's wrap this up by talking about those sneaky foods that might be fooling you and what to choose instead. First, let's talk about low fat packaged snacks. Now, this one's a real head scratcher. For years, we have been told that low fat means healthy, right? But here's the catch. When companies take out fat, They often add extra sugar or salt to make up for the flavor. And those ingredients, they can be just as hard on your heart, if not worse. Think about those low fat cookies or crackers you might reach for. They might seem like the smart choice, but check the label. You'll often find they are packed with sugar or refined flour. Instead, why not try a handful of nuts? Yes, they have fat, but it's the good kind, the kind that actually helps your heart. Almonds, walnuts, even a few cashews, they are satisfying, full of nutrients, and they'll keep you full longer than those processed snacks. Next up, flavored yogurts. Now, yogurt's supposed to be good for you, isn't it? And it can be. But those fruity, sweetened versions, some of them have as much sugar as a candy bar. All that sugar can lead to weight gain and inflammation, which isn't doing your heart any favors. But here's an easy fix: buy plain yogurt and add your fruit or a drizzle of honey. You'll still get that sweetness you crave, but without the sugar overload. And if you miss the flavor, a sprinkle of cinnamon or a new fresh berries can make all the difference. And finally, let's talk about store bought salad dressings. Now, this one really gets me. You're trying to do the right thing by eating a salad, but then you pour on a dressing that's a full of unhealthy oils, sugar, and preservatives. It's like taking two steps forward and one step back. What is the good news? Making your own dressing is easier than you think. A little olive oil, some vinegar, a squeeze of lemon, and maybe a pinch of herbs. That's all you need. It takes less than a minute to whisk together, and it tastes so much fresher than anything from a bottle. Now, I know all this might feel like a lot to take in, but here's what I want you to remember. You don't have to change everything at once. Start with one small swap this week. Maybe it's choosing nuts over crackers or making your own salad dressing. Small changes add up, and your heart will thank you for every single one. And most importantly, don't forget to enjoy your food. Eating well isn't about restriction or punishment. It's about finding delicious, satisfying foods that love your heart as much as you do. So, go ahead, savor that homemade soup, enjoy that sprinkle of nuts on your yogurt, and take pride in knowing you're taking care of yourself. Because here's the truth: you have earned these golden years and you deserve to feel your best in them. It's a gift to your future self. So here's to good food, a strong heart, and many more years of enjoying both. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small change you are excited to try? Drop a comment below and let's keep this conversation going. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips to help you live your heartiest. Happy life after 60. After all, age is just a number, but a happy heart, that's priceless. See you in the next video.